Guys, do you ever lose at something and feel good about it? Yeah, probably not too often, but hey, in order to do something worthwhile that takes time and effort and practice, uh, we've got to practice. And when we lose in the beginning, sometimes that hurts a little, but hey, sometimes it can be good. Trading 0 DTE SPX options is new for me. It's a new strategy that I'm looking to do to make, 2,000, 2,500 bucks a week. So maybe 10 grand a month. Just trading 0 DTE, getting in and out on the same day, no overnight risk. And if I can do that, then I can print money and you can do it too. However, in order to do that, we've got to go through some ups and downs typically. At least I do. And last week was a down day for me. And that's what I'm talking about in this video. I lost $1,665 last week, but all is not lost. Actually, it was a good sign because I didn't follow my strategy and I wasn't disciplined. And am I happy about it? Not really. But I do know that if I follow my strategy and am disciplined going forward, I can turn that loss into a win. And if I would have done that last week, I would have made maybe a couple thousand or more dollars. So do me a huge favor and go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button. And I'm going to jump in and show you my strategy, my rules, and results from last week so that we can not do what I did and follow the rules with discipline and make a couple $1,000s or more next week and in the weeks following. Disclaimer, I'm not a financial planner and I'm not recommending trades. Please do your own research, and if you're new or learning options, I recommend you start small. If you are interested in reducing risk and getting more bang for your buck with options, download the free options workshop in the link below. It talks about the two main benefits of trading options over buying stocks. We also have a very reasonably priced paid course that goes into detail and covers all the ins and outs of option trading. Use the link below and open an account with Moomoo. You can get 1.5% cash back or 7 free fractional shares of stock for opening an account with just $1,000. You also get free charting software that's great, and I use it today. You can set it up with all your key indicators and you don't have to pay for it. All right, guys, let's take a look at the tracker for last week. So you can see in the first week, you can see between the first and the second week, I was actually traveling this week, in case you're wondering. So I did not trade. I'm actually only going to be able to trade probably a couple days this coming week. But you can see in the first week, these are the P&Ls for the days, the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and I ended up making 1420. These were the P&Ls each day. I lost on the second, one on every other day. 14 wins, 10 losses, 58% win rate, average win, average loss. So 1420 week 1, 2435 week 2. So I was thinking, hey, this is great. This is promising. 144% win rate, 25 wins, 11 losses. My win dollar amount was a little bit less than my losses, but the number of wins made up for it. This last week, not so good. I had 47% win rate, so I lost more than I won. I lost 21, 119, and I lost $1,665. So still up in the 3 weeks. I want to improve that. I made a lot of mistakes last week. These are the individual trades that I made each day. So you can see the 26th, the 25th, the 24th, and the start of the week, the 22nd. And then I put my notes over here on the right. So let's go through the trading rules really quick. So I typically sell options, but with SPX, I buy options and I do it during the day, in and out, no overnight risk, and no black swan event can hurt you. So I like doing it with this strategy. Just need to get more consistent. So I buy calls when the market, well, actually, let's say buy puts when the 13-day crosses the 50-day moving average. So I look at the 13-day and the 50-day moving average, and when trending down, I buy puts. And when trending up and the 13 crosses the 50 moving up, then I'm going to buy calls and I'm going to ride those trends. And I want to cut my losses typically at a couple $100, and then obviously have my winners run and make, much more than that, 500, 700, $900. There's huge runs that can happen. And that's really how you make money with this strategy. So the ones that I've got here in blue are what I've got to concentrate on going forward and what I didn't really do. I, for instance, didn't stick with my plan of buying puts when the market was trending down and calls when it was up. So that's very basic. I've got to do that. The stop losses, I let some run too long, so I've got to watch out for that. I want to capitalize off bounces off the 50-day. I actually did that, I think, last week on a couple of my wins. And if it's early in the day and back and forth, I don't want to get stopped out right away. So I'll let that run a little bit. But I don't want to go more than an hour. In looking at my history, if it goes more than an hour, that's when time decay really kills you, and you've got to get out and close it, or at least that's what I'm finding and what I'm doing. And don't trade the last hour of the day. I've been doing that, and I told myself I wouldn't because time decay just kills you. It goes so fast. But that really hurt me as well last week. So those are kind of the rules. You'll see and get the hang of it as we move along. Here's the trading view chart that I use. I use Moomoo to watch during the day with the moving averages, but actually when I set my start of the day, and then the green is when I buy and the red is when I sell. And I don't specify here whether it's a put or a call, but when we're trending down, and this is the 13-day, the green, and when it crosses down like this, the red, that's when we should buy puts. When it crosses up, like right here, that's when we should buy calls. So, this should be, well, actually, I shouldn't have bought this early. I was thinking it was going to go down, so that I'm sure that's a put. But here would have been a great time to buy a call and then move up, and then, as it starts to come down and crosses here, get out, and that's a win. So this is kind of how it works. What I'm going to do is I'm not going to go through every day of the week. It's just going to take too long. So I'm going to go through a couple of days. I'm going to go through the 24th when I actually made for the week $780 right here in bold. And even though I lost 560 near the end of the day after 12 o'clock within my 1 hour, not smart. But I was profitable on Wednesday the 24th, and then on the 26th I had big loss, $1,165. So I'm making this video even though the week wasn't a good week. There's going to be down weeks where we're going to learn. I'm going to learn like I did this last week, and hopefully use these going forward so that I don't make the same mistakes. So the items in red here are my notes that where I made the mistakes, and the green are the things that I did good. So you can see there's a lot more red than green this last week, and makes sense because I didn't do that well. So actually that's kind of promising for me, because I think if I correct those mistakes, I can do really well, and I would have done well this last week. So let's focus on the 24th, and actually let's go to the trading platform. So if you look here, the 22nd through the 27th, minus 1665. This is the cost. So basically $110 in cost, fees and commissions. So dollar commission. So I made 44 trades last week, and then there was $66. So still, if you're making 2,500 and you're paying 100 in fees, again, use Moomoo. Use the link below in the notes, and you don't pay this $44. It's free to trade on Moomoo. So open an account there, and you can trade on Moomoo for free. But 1665 is what I lost. So let's go through the trades here, and we're going to start on the 24th right here. So this is the 23rd, and then 24th was the first trade of the day. 7:15 a.m. to 7:41, I made $320. Let's look at how that played out. Hang on. Here we go. All right. 24th. Okay. Here we are. Yellow is the start of the day. And if you look down here at the bottom, you can see Wednesday 24th, 6, opens at 6:30. My first trade was at 7:14 and I closed out at 7:41. 7:14 to 41, so was not in the trade very long. What is that? uh, 25 minutes. So, well, that took me a while. But as we crossed down, because we did have, we had a slight gap up. Here's the opening, gapped up, and then we had this move down. I bought in at 7:15 and sold as we got down here, big dip. I probably tightened my stop there and then got stopped out. Could have let it run early in the day all the way down here. This would have been a better time to get out. So I'm going to probably not have my stops quite that tight going forward and let the SPX run as long as this 13 is still below the 50-day moving average. And that's the greens at the 13, the red is the 15 day moving average. So 7:14 to 7:41. Let's see how that aligns here. Ugh. Okay. Yep, 7:15 to 7:41, $320 profit. My next trade was 8:13 to 8:24, so only 10 minutes, 11 minutes, but got stopped out and made 40 bucks. So I may not go through every, but here you go, 8:15, and got stopped out at 8:25. Then I put one on here. 8:29 was my next trade. 8:29, and then I did another one at 8:40, and these are both puts, and then I closed out at 8:44. So 8:29, 8:40, and 8:44, and I actually did two. So 8:29, 8:44, and this is where I did a bounce off the 50 days. So when you're below and it comes up, I was thinking, hey, this thing's still gonna stay below. It's gonna bounce off. So I did buy two puts, and sure enough, it bounced back down, and that's where we made the $750. So that is actually one of my strategies when it's down below the line, bounce off, and then let it run, and made quick $750. And they did another $50. So you can see how I'm really up at the start of the day. Let's look at the trade platform, or the trades that we're tracking here. Wow, I'm gonna maybe put that up there. Let's see if that stays out of the way. But on the 24th, so you can see right here, 320, 40, 750, 50. So textbook play, 13 below 50, perfect bounce off the 40-day. The 13 was below the 50, and I had two puts. Made that $750. The 50, we're not going to cover every trade, but I'm going to show you the good ones. That was still good. I made 50 bucks, but 9:29 to 9:31, 2 minutes, we made another $240. So up really big right here early, and this was also a bounce off the 50 with the 13 below the 50. So textbook 9:29 to 9:31. Let's look at that. Right here, 9:29 to 9:31, 240 bucks. And let's look at where that is on the here. Okay, so on the 24th, right here, 9:29. So just right here, and then big red pepper drop. Let's 9:29 to 9:31. Let's see if we can. $9.29 and then sold at $9.31. 2 minutes made that profit. So that's kind of how it works. And let's go back here. 929 to 931. Now let's get into the first bad trade of Wednesday. 934 shouldn't have been in puts with 13 above 50. Lost a quick 140. So let's take a look at that. 934, and you can see right here, 9. What? I don't know. All right, here we go. 1034. So it was 1034. And in and out at 1034. So let's take a look here on the chart. 1034 right there. So why did I go with puts? The green is above the red. It's trending up. Yep, shouldn't have even been in that trade. So that's one that we can mark off. Shouldn't have happened. I'm not going to do that next week. But should not have been in that trade. 11:53 a.m. lost 100 as well. Right here, in and out, same minute. 11:53. Let's take a look what happened. So 11:53. That's right here. This one, we've got the green below the red, and I had two red candlesticks. So I was thinking, hey, it's going to come back down. But it didn't. It moved up and got hurt. So I'm not too unhappy about that. That's why I didn't put it in red. It was a $100 loss. Did okay. This will happen. So some things are out of your control, and that's not a big loss. It happens. Then a small $50 win, and here is the big one for the day that I could have made. I was up 1,500 bucks, and I could have, and real early by 9:30, I was up quite a bit. But right here, I took a shot in the last hour. I got greedy, and it was at 12:04. This one killed me. I was all good until here. I was looking for the big win. Should have sold at 150 stop loss. Yeah, you've got to tighten your stop losses later in the day because the time decay really eats up the dollars quickly. But I should have got out when the 13 broke above the 50 with 45 minutes left, and I would have saved a lot of this $560 loss. So let's take a look at that one. I was in at 12:04 up here. Okay. 11:56. Okay, 12:04. This one. And that was a put. Let's just make sure. Okay. 12:04. I just let it expire. But I got in that trade at 12:04. It cost 560. I lost the full 560. 12:04 right here. And I was thinking, hey, it's going to break up here and come down. It never came down. Look, all the way to the end of the day. The yellow is the end of the day. This is 6:30 in the morning the next day when it gapped down. But this is, 1:02, 1 o'clock. So here's the end of the day, 1 o'clock Pacific time. So that's 3 o'clock Eastern time. But once this broke up here, this is when I should have got out. I let it run and lost the whole 560. I was waiting for it to come back down, but follow my rules. Once it breaks above here, there's no guarantee it's going to come back down. There's a 50-50 shot basically, but if I would have followed my rules, I would have got out right here, and especially the last hour of the day. Actually, I shouldn't have been in the trade. I should have taken my win. I told myself I wasn't going to trade the last hour of the day. So you get the idea, but I violated two of my rules. I traded the last hour of the day, and the 13 broke above the 50, and I was in puts. I shouldn't have been. So, all right, let's move on to the next day. And this will be the final day I'm going to cover, but you kind of see what I'm doing, how it works. So here's the 26th. I lost $1,165. So let's go to the 26th, and we'll look at the first trade was a 170 loss. Let's go to the trade platform, and get my face out of the way. 26. Okay. Here's the start of the day on the 26. Here's the 170 loss. I was in at 746 and out at 746. What the heck? Why would I do that? Let's look. 746 on the 26th. Okay, so here's the 25th. So we're going to go all the way until we see yellow, because this was the 25th. I'm not going through every day, but here's the 26th, 6:30 a.m. My first trade right here, 7:45. The green and the red is, so the 1350 were, looks like we had a gap up. So I'm thinking, and actually there was a lot of good news on Friday, and what killed me is all day it just kept moving up slowly, and I was playing puts. I should have been in calls, but look at this. When we're back and forth, the 13 and the 50, I found it's tough to make money at that. You need a kind of a clear break above or below, and golly, I guess if we widen this out, it looks like more clear breaks above and below, but I don't think there was a lot of movement throughout the day. And it was just a slow move up, and that's kind of what killed me. But 7:45, I thought maybe hey, it's going to break down. Actually, it was the 13 did break below, but immediately it went against me. I cut my loss short, so I didn't lose a ton. So I guess that one's not too horribly bad, but 170 loss. Actually, I said unlucky gap up. I was looking for it to come down, so I didn't even put that as a red, as a bad one. Here, unlucky gap way up at 750 to 802. I was stopped out and waited to come back down at 812, just 20 minutes prior. I could have waited. So the other thing, besides, not going past an hour, staying in the same trade, because time decay will kill you. If it's early in the day, first half of the day, or just, within the first couple hours, and it's just been 20 minutes and it hasn't gone too far in the opposite direction, sometimes it's better to just hang on, is what I found. But this 370 loss that I took because I stopped out, I could have waited. So I'm going to wait up to an hour, but in 20 minutes, I could have made a profit on this 370 trade. So let's take a look at that. Right here, 370, 750 to 802. So I only waited 12 minutes, 750 to 802. Okay, so 750 right here. Okay, so there was a big red pepper down. So and the 13 was below the 50. So I was thinking, hey, it's gonna come down, and it's early in the day, 7:50 in the morning. But no, it went against me. So I got out right here, but it moved up above, so I kind of followed my rule. But my new rule is, hey, I'm gonna wait if it's early in the day. I just don't want to go an hour. But it would have came back down, and it would have came down here. That would have been a profit. So I am gonna wait up to an hour. If it's or if it just skyrockets up, I'll probably sell out. But that was kind of what I learned there. Don't know if that makes sense. If it doesn't, leave me a comment. Let me know. But okay, and then I had a 460 win, two big red peppers. This was from 806 to 813. I didn't highlight that one, but that is a nice one. 806 to 813, 460 win. Let's see how that played out here. Wait, what time was that? 806 to 813. We go 806, so right here. Okay, so we had, look at this, 3 big red peppers. Technically, the 13 is not below the 50, but it really started to turn here, and I had these big red peppers, so I went ahead and sold a put. This could have been a bounce off and it moved up, but actually I was lucky, I think, and profited, and I sold out down here, so that's where I made that 460. Actually, that doesn't really work in my favor due to the strategy, but that's what happened on that one. So got kind of lucky. And then let's look here. Should not have been puts with 13 above 50. So I was in puts again from 9 to 940 and lost 610. Right here, 9 to 940, 610 loss. Yikes. That would have been, Jesus, look at all these trades. Okay, 9 all the way to 940 right here. So big red pepper. I thought we were breaking down, but no, head fake just kept staying up all the way. Finally, I'm thinking, hey, we're coming up on an hour. And you know what? Good thing I did get out because it stayed up all the way and it never came down below that. If you look here, it just kept creeping up all day. Yep, never hit it. Oh, maybe down here it did. End of the day. Wow. Let's see. It was the 5100. Let's see where we are at the end of the day. We closed at 50.99, but it did hit that 50. It was really close, but hey, I've got to follow my rules and get out according to my rules. But all right, so I shouldn't have been. The 13 was above the 50 from 9 to 940. That's the key takeaway, I think. So the 9 right here. Yeah, I shouldn't have been in that trade. I should wait until it breaks down below, and then I wouldn't even have been in that trade, and I wouldn't have taken that 610 loss. And then the 170, 943 to 956, same thing. If anything, I should be in calls, not puts, but 943 to 956 right here, minus 170. Nine 43. Yeah. What am I thinking? Oh, big red candle. So I'm thinking, hey, it's coming down, but no, the 13 is still above the 50 and it kept moving up. So those are that's what happened. Next week is going to be different. So look for me to follow the rules, and then we'll see if we can get back to the winning ways of the 1420 and the 2400 and not the minus 1665. But the good news is actually, it's not good news that I didn't follow my rules, but the good news is if I would have followed my rules, I added up these red mistakes, and there's over $5,000 in total mistakes for the week. So, we did, these are the total wins, 5,120 for this week, and then 6,785 losses. But of those losses, 5,000 in total mistakes. So that would have been totally different, and I would have made a few $1,000s versus lose. So I'm going to follow my strategies, or work to try to a little bit better next week, and then I'll follow up and try. Actually, it's my daughter's graduation, so I'm not probably going to be able to make a move. Well, I'm sure I'm not. I'm going to be driving back from Idaho, so back to California. California, my daughter's graduating. So, all right, guys, thanks for watching. I'll get something out the next one sometime. Hopefully, I can get a video out next week, but I'm going to be traveling some as well. But hope this helps. All right, guys, that caps off today's video. Be sure and download the free options workshop in the link below. Grab your free stocks with Mumu. Leave a comment, ask a question. I answer every one. Make sure to hit like and subscribe. It helps out the channel. I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.